Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a rant for you guys, and it's about women's watches. Now this video is brought to you directly from my girlfriend. I am basically her puppet in this event. She would never hop behind the camera, so I have to do it for you guys. But anyways, let's just roll the intro and then get it into the content. Before I get into anything, let's do a quick wrist check. I'm wearing on my wrist the SARB 017, recent acquisition to the collection. I do not know if I'll actually keep it or if I'll be selling this. It is a very nice, I do love the green dial on it. That blows my mind. Anyways, now back to the rant. Women's watches. And so I was talking, and actually my girlfriend kept on bugging me to do this video over and over and over again. So here's to you, so you can stop bugging me. And anyway, so the thing is our experiences are kind of shared. So now, whenever I remember when I first want to get her a watch, I took her, a little bit watch shopping, and any AD that we walked into pushed her towards one of two brands, Rolex and Cartier. Mind you, I don't really understand. I mean, we're mid-20s. I didn't think we could actually really afford that, but that's besides the point. These retailers and the ADs, and I'm saying even brand management, just thinks that women only want feminine looking watches, where literally all they do is they take a quote unquote men's dial or a men's watch, they shrink the dial down, shrink the case size, slap some diamonds on it, and sell it for, and usually gut the movement and take out the automatic movement, put a quartz in there, and charge you almost the same amount and call it a day. And they're like, I'm gonna be real with you. That's stupid. I really think it's dumb. And I mean, I'm speaking for my girlfriend when she says it. She thinks it's dumb. My mom thinks it's dumb. And I mean, most women that I've talked to, I mean, don't really understand the kind of nuance of that if they're into watches, right? And I mean, not every single woman is into watches. And this is a disclaimer. I think at the end of the day, it's your own money. Do whatever you want. And obviously that there are people who disagree with me. There are women out there who just want the fancy blingy junk that just shines and sparkles because that's what women are told to like. And I think that that's an incorrect fallacy. I think that with the emergence of women, in the workplace, in office jobs, and CEO jobs, that they want something that isn't just, this blingy piece of feminine, tokenism. I think that they want something that is more, not saying that they need to break into the man's dominated sphere of watches, but I think that, that they want something different. Like my girlfriend for the longest time has been trying to find a diver's watch. Obviously she has a smaller wrist. And, I've been scratching my head trying to find it because most of the time, most of the watches that she looks at, she gets in and she's be like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. Quartz. Oh, this is kind of cool. Diamonds. It's just they don't want to just offer maybe a smaller size with the same complication, the same finishing, the same movement or a similar movement, caliber movement. To be an automatic, they just basically want to just bling it up and throw it out there. It's almost like they're icing stuff out. But it's just like, why can't companies just offer more things? So it's like my girlfriend, and because her wrists are pretty small, she's really settled on an Oris Aquis at that 36.5 millimeter without diamonds, obviously. But she's like, that's kind of where like her kind of grail watch is right now. She wants one of those, because she's like, it offers, and obviously I guess I kind of persuade her because I really love mine, that she thinks it's great value and she really likes it. And she wishes more companies would come out and be like, I just want a smaller version of the men's watch that looks the exact same and performs the exact same. Like, how hard would it to be for Omega to produce a Seamaster Professional just in a women's size? The one thing that I noticed, for instance, the Captain Cook, the 37 millimeter versus the 42, and she was really sold on the 37 until she realized it didn't have a screw down crown. She was like, I don't want just a diver-esque watch, I want one that's an actual diver. And it's like, women, I've noticed, and talking to the women, and not just my girlfriend, although it is her rant, is that more women are wanting more tool watches because the conversation goes like this. I bring a cool watch, either home or over, and then my girlfriend sees it, And she's like, that's really cool. Can I try it on? So then she looks at it. It's way too big for her, but then she looks at what she goes, oh, maybe there's a women's version or whatever. She looks online or whatever, and she's like, nothing is in my size. Nothing. And I know there's offerings of like mid-size divers and other, sports watches, but she's like, at what point are we ever going to get an alpinist in for her? I don't think that's ever going to occur. And I know that women make up a very small segment of the market, but they are growing if they aren't, buying Apple Watches and maybe Fitbits. But like at the end of the day, I think that we should be offering more diversity of product to women. And this isn't like some sort of feminist, rant. I personally just think that wouldn't it be cool to get women into the hobby as well? I like, or more. I think that, the viewership's mostly male on this, probably the channel, because it's cars and watches. But it's like, yeah, I'm not going to say that car girls are really, that that's a whole other thing. But I'm saying like, there are women that are into watches. And it's like, it's unfortunate that they have to either go to these very, very obscure vintage references to try and find something that remotely fits on the wrist, or they're forced to buy boring, blingy garbage, in my opinion. I personally think it's garbage, and my girlfriend probably backed me up. I mean, so it's like, that's kind of the thing. The watch that we actually did eventually settle on when we did go watch shopping for her for like her first, I would say like, automatic watch was a Rado Classic Couple, something like that. I can't really pronounce the name, but it's a really, really nice piece. But then another thing she complained about, she's like, why does the men's version have a date complication and not the women's version? Because it almost has like a ghost setting on the crown. And she's like, oh, well, why can't we have the same things that the men have? It's like, she doesn't really care about the thickness of the watch. Now, a lot of people complain. They're like, oh, as soon as you have a complication, the watch gets thicker. I'm like, okay, it's not like a chronograph with a 7750 in it. It's a simple date complication. And it's like, she's like, the watch would be way better if it had a date complication. Mind you, she loves the watch. She isn't really complaining about it. And she's not ungrateful. But it is something that I think that I can understand the pain, and I can understand the plight. And so it's like, for me, I think that's important that we should be bringing more of these watches, catering them to women. How hard would it be? You already just design stuff, make more cool stuff. It doesn't have to come in every single colorway like the men's one, but give them an option, give them the option to choose, and let that stand the test of time if they can. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it off there. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going on and on. You're probably gonna be like, oh my goodness, when will he stop and when will he shut up? So actually, I was thinking more just like, when will my girlfriend stop talking? But that's besides the point. Anyways, take care. Have a fantastic day. And obviously, if you did like the content, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe to see more awesome stuff in the future. But anyways, with that, I'm gonna leave it off there. So take care. See you later.